Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. And today we have another topic for you guys. So, what is today's topic?
Today's topic is overcoming fear and doubts. What's really holding you back?
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Ohimine. I'm a mom of three, originally from Nigeria, currently residing in Australia. I am a full-time digital business owner.
Hi, I'm Gamunu from Australia. By profession, I'm an electrical engineer. Additionally, for a few months, I'm just doing this digital business and doing amazing job so far.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda, originally from Sri Lanka, currently living in New Zealand, working full time as an administrator for a government hospital. And as a side hustle, I'm doing this digital business for just a few months, about 3 months, and I'm loving it.
Thank you, everyone. So we also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays, we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the website. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday or one for Thursday or Wednesday or Friday, depending where you are. We are globally here. And then our lives in North America is at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. What about in New Zealand, um, in Australia? What about you
I
guys?
think it's 10 a.m. in Australia on Wednesdays and Fridays.
What about in New Zealand?
I think I remember it's 7, Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. Um, when you that's when you can register for either one or for both, and then the second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, for some part of the world it's very early in the morning, it's like 1 o'clock or 2 a.m. in the morning. So if you cannot attend to the webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of the live webinar on that link. We also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar.
Oh, good. So yesterday's live webinar, we had Emina as the host of the webinar. She's a coach and an online business owner. We also had Lynette, a full-time entrepreneur. We had Vritika, a telemarketer and a restaurant owner who is also running this business as a side hustle. We had Natasha, an online business owner and a mentor as well.
Okay, and we do have Nicole, an administration manager, and Emmeline, a bank officer, Maricel, a healthcare worker and a caregiver, and Neha, IT professional.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Amanda. And if you're catching this replay before next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending you're watching from live webinar, the replay has subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So now you know what to do. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register into any of the websites on the screen, and we'll be happy to send you that invitation to watch the webinar. All right, so let's dive in into our topic for today. So, oh, hold on just a sec. Okay, so what is our topic for today?
So, our topic today is empowering lives through an online business. And episode 7, overcoming fear and doubt. What's really holding you back?
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, we want to welcome you again to another episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. Um, So today's topic is one that hits home for so many of us, especially when we are starting something new, stepping into the unknown or chasing a dream. So, and that is, overcoming fear and doubt. What's really holding you back? Because, that's one of the things that sometimes, we don't do it because it's holding us back because we have some fear. Hold on, just a minute. We have a comment here from Waruni Patiraja. He says, "Hi everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment." Um, so because let's be honest, it's not always the lack of time. It's not the lack of time, it's not the money, it's not the knowledge that hold us back. It's the voice inside our head that whispers, "Can I really do this? Will I fail again, or what if I'm not enough?" So those
Mm,
little voices, make us sometimes, not be able to take action on something that we want to do. So today we are calling those thoughts out and replacing them with truth, courage, and action. So that's our topic for today. So that's what we're gonna be talking. So so let's get honest, okay? So fear feels real, okay? And doubt feels heavy. But neither of them are facts, okay? They are feelings, they are thoughts, and they're all stories. So, and if we don't take control of them, guess what? They will control our choices, our goals, and our future. But here is the good news: you can overcome fear, you can break through doubt, and you can step into the life and business you're meant for. So that's what we're going to be talking today. We're going to show you how, okay? So when we started this online business journey, we weren't fearless, okay? We were nervous because we didn't know what to expect.
sure.
We were unsure because like for example, I wasn't sure because I was excited at the same time, but I wasn't sure like what am I expecting, from the online business, because I never done an online business before. And we
Mm,
had questions too. I'm pretty sure all of us, we had questions before we started because we didn't know what was required, and we wanted to know, make sure certain things, like for example, one of my things was if I had to pay like an extra fee monthly, because I was about to join in another business and they were going to, I will have to pay every month a fee. So that was one of my questions. Um, so you probably had doubts too, like some people have doubts, like, am I going to be able to do this? Because, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the skill. But, you know, don't worry about that because, everything is provided here. You have got all the tools and all the support and all the training. But what is it that will help us move forward wasn't perfection, okay? It was our belief. So believing in ourselves, believing that we can do it, and also the community. We are so blessed to have a global online community. So you have belief, you have community, and action, because you have to take action, otherwise nothing's going to happen. So those three combinations is what it helps us to move forward. It's nothing about being perfect, it's nothing about having the knowledge, having the skills. No, it's about believing in yourself, having the support, in this case, the global online community support, the mentoring, and the coaching that we have, plus taking action. Just do it. And the more we show up, the quieter fear became. And that is true. A good example of that is I mentioned in other lives, when I started, my heart, starting doing lives, because I'm very shy and introvert, my heart was palpitating really fast. But as you start practicing, start that fear starts fading away. However, that fear is always there to push you to grow. It will appear from time to times, but how did you overcome that? By taking action. So that's how you overcome that fear. So the more we took action, the louder our confidence grew. So if you're watching this and feeling stuck, afraid, or unsure, you're not alone. We all have been there. So, um, but you don't have to stay there, because today we are going to show you what you can do. So, what are today's points?
So today we have 3 points that we are talking. And first one is fear is a liar disguised as protection. Number two, doubt grows when you focus on the unknown. And three, fear and doubt shrink in the community.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, let's start with the first point.
So our first point today is fear is a liar disguised as protection. Yes, fear says don't try. It's risky. It's normal. That's the feeling we have when we want to step into an unfamiliar zone. Your mind just tells you, your brain says, "Oh, don't try it. It's risky. What if you fail?" I know, but you know what? It's what's riskier is trying and learning, trying and learning, or staying. Is trying and learning riskier, or staying stuck for another year on another job for another season? You've got to make that decision. You have to sit with yourself when you have that feeling to say, what is riskier for me at this point? Is it better for me to try and learn in the process? Or should I stay stuck where I've been and keep repeating the same thing over and over again? We realized fear wasn't protecting us when we tried, you know when you take that first action, that step, when you step into that unknown zone, you now realize that, oh, okay, so this fear or this feeling I had called fear, it wasn't protecting me after all. It was only paralyzing me. You know, that is why it is always important that we take action, because it is only when you take action that you get to realize what is on the other side. And the moment we moved into taking action, we discovered that that fear has lost its power, and we were bold and confident enough to face the actions that we have taken.
Yes. Anyone else wants to add to it? Have
Yeah.
you
So
guys?
if you keep thinking whether this is gonna be right for me or not, I think it's better to try and see. Like you cannot um, compare yourself to someone and think, oh, she's doing it, and someone else, maybe that someone tried not the same thing, but you have a friend that someone tried an online business but didn't went well, but you cannot compare yourself for that. We have a very powerful support system here and a powerful training, so you step into it and then you'll see the difference.
Yes. Okay, so I'll add to it. So fear, when it comes to fear, like I was mentioned before, fear doesn't go away. Fear is always there, and it's a way to, it's like a thin line that, it's here, you have your fear, but on the other side is where you start growing,
Mm.
so if you stay in that comfort zone because you feel protected, you're not really growing, because you already know what you know. But in order to keep growing, you have to face your fears. You have to go to the other side and keep learning, keep doing something new that it will challenge you. Because when it challenges you is when you start growing. So that's why it says here, what is riskier? Is it staying in the
Mm.
same place or trying and learning? And I think, and we all of us probably agree, staying stuck in the same place, doing the same thing all over, that's riskier because you're not growing, you're not learning new things, you're not trying. So fears is really like a liar disguised as protection, because you think that, like, it's protecting you because I know,
Mm.
I'm not gonna do that because I feel safe here. But really you're not challenging you
Yes,
yourself,
sir.
Sorry, my English. um, but that's the same way that, for example, the lives. I work in the movie industry, but I don't like to be in front of the camera. And that was one of my things. I started a YouTube channel, and I was doing voiceover because I didn't want to put my face in there. I didn't feel comfortable. But when I started this journey, I had to face that fear, because I knew that was the only way that I could connect with my audience, by going live, by showing my face. So it wasn't an easy process. I started by recording myself, and eventually, I got comfortable with that. And then it was pressing that live button. So it's a process that you have to go little by little, to be able to overcome your fear. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's, by practicing, is that when you are able to gain that confidence, and then you're able to overcome the fear. But yeah, you have to try, because if you don't try, you're never going to know if you're capable of doing it or not. So you have to overcome that fear. Anyone else want to add to it? No? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
one little thing.
mhm.
Yeah, because these things actually common thing, like, not only this entrepreneur business or anything like that, taking risks, this fear and everything, it is everywhere. Like, for example, assume like some kid, for example, these days I'm experiencing this thing. Like, if someone believe like I can't do, the good education, I can't pass these exams and sort of thing, and making it fear. But if, for example, as parents, if we, push or give some kind of guidance and sort of thing for the kids to become good education, and use whatever the support and taking some action, as you said, definitely we can be a kind like the passing the exam and get a good result. Similar things here. The risk, as everyone is agreed and said, risk, fear, everything is everywhere. But the problem is we need to make action, and then little by little those things can be get away.
Let's move on to point number 2.
Okay, so today's point number 2, doubt grows when you focus on the unknown. So we often focus on what we don't know, of what we can learn. We say, I'm not techie, I don't know how to run a business, but we all learned and we kept learning. And this business doesn't require perfection. It requires a willing heart and coachable mindset. So when I first started, I was on social media, and I have some sort of techie. I have experience with those stuff, but I never used to go live. Like I have my a small circle with, who are my friends only. So I used to post just for friends, So posting for yeah, it's like going beyond that, posting to everyone, public. That was my first fear. So like how like it's I was thinking let's say you're doing a video or just a post, it will be fine, but you're going on live, and you're doing videos, and the main thing, oh, am I gonna do this right? What if something goes wrong? And so I had that fear. So can I do this? So how I'm gonna do this? And also I didn't have any experience with with an online business. So I was thinking, okay, I see people doing it, but how am I going to do it? And am I be able to do it? So so when I step in, and then I saw the trainings and the supportive system that we are a global community with over 250,000 members, so you can get help from any of them, not only from your from your group, but as we are from different groups, right? So we have a community. So even though you know nothing about the business, the online business, you have a really strong training and a very good supportive system with you to guide you step by step from the beginning, even though you're not techie, or even though you don't have any business, online business or whatever, like any business experience, I would say. And even though you have the fear to face the camera, you'll overcome everything. So it's step by step from the beginning, from the first step. You'll get there one day. First thing, the main thing is you need to step on it, you need to start, otherwise you wouldn't learn. So starting and believing on yourself and believing on the system, believing on the trainings, and willing to learn. And obviously, yes, you need to give your time for this, but not the whole day or anything, but just within like just 1-2 hours per day is more than enough for your training and growing your business and focusing on everything. It's not like you have to be on one place for the whole day, like your 9 to 5 job. We have to be there, but this one you can do from anywhere. So you don't have to be um, techie or anything as well, because you get a training for like everything. So I think the main thing is you need to step in and see the difference of this business, and you'll realize there's a potential that you can go beyond your comfort zone. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Um, I always tell people to be mindful of the things that they say to themselves. When we speak, you see, people, nobody owes you belief. You owe yourself belief. You need to believe in yourself. Other people's limiting belief about you cannot stop you. What can stop you is your own limiting belief about your own self. So you see, we say, oh, I'm not techie, I'm not this, I'm not good, I'm not a social media person. All of those terms that we use, we need to consciously refrain from saying those things and intentionally focus on, what do I want to build? What do I want to achieve? What do I expect from myself as an individual, as a parent, as a mom? What do I want to model? We are all learning. Life, the day you stop learning is the day that you die, you know, because learning is a continuous phase. We keep learning every day. So you don't focus on the things that you cannot do, because the moment you start focusing on those things that you cannot do, then you begin to convince yourself. Your inner man confirms that indeed I'm not good enough. Indeed, I cannot do this. I cannot do. So let's be very conscious of the things that we see. Let's speak intentionally, because when you speak to yourself and convince yourself, it builds your belief, it builds your confidence, and it builds that mindset to want to learn. We always say in this business, you do not need to be perfect, you don't need to know anything, come as you are. All you need is that willingness to learn. As long as you have a coachable spirit, trust me, you're going to succeed.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Amanda. Just to add to this, it it's funny when we become adults, we put limitations to ourselves, those doubts.
Mhm.
But if we think about it, and we remember when we were a child, we didn't know how to write, we didn't
Mhm.
know how to speak or how to read, but we learn. We went to school, we learned, we started from scratch. So it's the same thing, if you put those doubts on the side and then you focus just to learn, then you're gonna be able that you can do it, because anyone can do it. You just have to put your mind to it and be willing to learn, like I say, be coachable too. If someone is teaching you something, be open-minded and listen, and learn, because that's how you're gonna be able to keep growing, as a person. But yeah, don't let your doubts take over you, because anyone is capable of doing it. And even if you're not like perfected, what you wanted to learn, it doesn't matter, but you learned to do it, you tried. You don't have to be perfect to do it. So Like you can learn, for example, like many of our online business opportunity, we have people that are like in their 70s, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know anything about computers. They don't know anything about social media, but you know what? They wanted to start their online business because they wanted to be able to have do something, or build more financial for their retirement. They learn how to use the computer. They learn how to do their training. They learn how to do lives also. They learn how to do posting. So it's all in our minds, what we are capable of doing. We are the ones who put the limitations, because really our mind can learn as much as we put in there to keep learning. So don't let your doubts take over over you. Let instead, like, try to overcome that, get out of that comfort zone, and start learning and start being coachable, because you'll be surprised of what you're capable of doing. Many times we come to this business thinking, well, I was one of them, like thinking that I will never do lives, and look at me now, I'm doing lives. So it's just those doubts that we put up to ourselves. So we have to try. We have to try, we have to learn, and we just have to do it. Take action, and put those doubts to the side and just do it. um Jiminu, you wanted to add something, or should we move to the next point?
Yeah, we will move on and we will talk during my session.
Okay. So point number 3.
Fear and doubt shrink in the community. One of the biggest breakthroughs we experience is realizing we don't have to do this alone. Being surrounded by mentors, leaders, and friends on the same journey gives us strength. When you believe, feel shaky. Borrow someone else until you build your own. Let's elaborate this one a little bit in the community. Why, these all our community people think like these doubt and sort of thing, like, this fear is a kind of problematic. When I think about my past and my peers' past, when we were like kids and in schools and sort of thing, our parents, teachers, and everyone, like, I'm not blaming anyone, but they asked us to have a good education and sort of thing. But what was the end point they were pointed to? Become an engineer, doctor, lawyer, whatever the thing. But that is their job. They did the right job. But the problem is they didn't show, or after becoming such positions, we are not thinking there are s- things we can go beyond that. Our strength is not limited to those positions, because those positions in the community has been created confined to a certain thing. That's fine. That is the starting point we need to do. But that is a kind of belief in the community. Okay, if you become an engineer, if you become a doctor, if you become a accountant, if you become such another trade, so other professional, that is the kind of end your life. That is the kind of belief everyone have. That is, many people don't try to think beyond that, because they are thinking, okay, that's the limit. But then how, like, can you believe, like, every engineer is a overall successful person? No. Every doctor is an overall successful person? No. Every lawyer is a successful person? No. There are certain things, but people are not realizing. For example, being an engineer, if you see, like, the very like a competent and also high level earning engineer, he got some kind of business or like entrepreneurship work within him. They are not telling it, basically. And also being a doctor, it's not just practicing GP, and sort of maybe he owns some kind of a medical center or doing some private practice, and uh, taking into lots of other doctors and maybe some system, maybe inventing some kind of medical products and things like that. Those are the things actually, the uh, things people are doing, going beyond that. But within the community, those things are very, they are vaguely, introduced. Like, the no not much people are doing it. For example, like, the we are in in a second kind of generation with this one after migrating here, because I'm telling my kids, for example, like, they are still in the, the high education and the primary education, but with high education, the elder son, I'm saying, okay, you can be an engineer, you need to do certain things like, the education and sort of thing, but don't stop doing that. There are things you can do beyond that. And making sure you got the right attitude, right action from that onwards. So by that way, actually, we can eliminate those kind of community issues and community belief. Then as a whole, later on, this is the kind of future generation because they are kind of in understand. For example, by that time, if my parents were and teachers were telling that time, I could be laughed because I didn't have much knowledge and sort of thing these are because my first aim was to become an engineer in that way I must be telling by that time, okay, first I need to be engineer. Why, what the hell people are talking about this kind of become an entrepreneur and sort of thing. But now my kids are not telling that because they can see people are they can actually see, at least see my work, what are the extra thing I'm doing beyond my normal career and what are the benefits as a family we are getting with that. So those are the things actually we need to make sure with the next generation at least. Then in that way we can eliminate those community issues and community fear and also if we are telling actually I just told these things, fear, risk, and everything is everywhere. We are, I think many of are here, the migrants. Did we get some kind of confirmation the after become a migrant, the new country, new people, new job, that sort of thing? Did anyone confirm us? Okay, if you migrate to this particular country, will you get a definitive job? Did someone confirm? Very rarely someone coming like a kind of sponsorship kind of thing, very rarely. But although they are coming as that way as well, it is not guaranteed they can be successful. And also the did someone tell us once you become this one, okay, you will become kind of the higher kind of paying. So not one confirmed. But we could see something. We could see the people who has done that, that is the kind of motivation we had. So with that motivation, but it's still with the fear, risk, and everything, we came to here and start our things from zero. Because back in our country, we were sort of this stage, but after coming here, we become this status, and it started again little by little. Similarly, with the entrepreneurship as well, we become sometimes like this with our day-to-day jobs and sort of thing. But we need to think, okay, that is not the end. For a business, we need to take it back a little bit, new things, new learning, and we start growing. But we don't need to worry about that because many of us, these businesses doing as a side hustle, we are protected with this one. We are covering. What we need to do, take that initially as a kind of protection. We don't need to fear much, then grow in this one. One day we will go past this, our normal salary and the normal job thing. And if you need, you can quit. So that is the thing. Everyone is working on this one. We can see lots of people have done that. So we can get that as an example, as a motivation point, and believe and go beyond our limits and make success. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, indeed. Like you said, there are lots of entrepreneurs from different walks of life, different professions, and all of that. But you see, the beautiful thing about our community and having a community is that it shrinks that fear that you have, because a lot of people think that when they start a business, oh, I don't have the experience, I don't know where to start from, how am I going to navigate it? We're saying when you have a community, when you have accountability partners, you have people, you have mentors and coaches that you can refer to. All of us are like-minded people, even though we're from different background, different walks of life and all. We all need a community. And that is one beautiful thing about this opportunity that we have here. We have a community of people who are vested in your success, in your progress, who want to see you succeed. You're being assigned a mentor so that they put you through. We have leaders who are willing to walk you through this journey. So, guess what? When you have a community like us, it shrinks every fear and doubt that you can ever imagine. All you need to do is take one step at a time and find the right people to work with you. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, adding to that. So when I first started, and the fear I had, okay, I see people doing it. I see they're earning and they're doing their best on this. And then I was like, how can I do this, and what I have to show to the show to my audience, because I have just started and I've got nothing to show to my audience. But that's when you need your community. That's when you have your community. You don't have to have your own thing to show, but you can borrow them your community stuff, like, and you can show them as examples. So you don't have to be an example for your community, but you have fellow members who are in, like, who have successfully done this business and who are earning above their 9 to 5 job, and who have become just a business owner, and who have quit from their jobs because you got success in this business. Like Kathy, I can see she's just doing this, right? You don't have your 9 to 5. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
So you can borrow other successful stories, others testimonials, and then you can show to your audience, this is what people have done, this, and this is what I'm doing. At some point you will have things to show them, and then you will build like more confidence in this business, because I'm doing it, I've started doing it. But until then, you can use your community stuff. We have a global community, you can get things from there, and you have your small group of community that attach to your coach and your mentor. So you don't have to be afraid of anything. Like, you have a very good support system. You can use their things. No one say, no, you can't use my post, you can't use me as a my testimonial or anything. They will help you in any, like, every way they can. So uh, take the step and get into our group, in our community, and you'll get there, like those big people that you can see have gone beyond the levels, like have overcome everything. So you learn how to do it, and you will get there someday. Not, this is not quick reach. Like, I wouldn't say like you start today and get success tomorrow, but you'll get it slowly but steadily. So yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Jamino. Yes. Just to quick about this. Yeah. A lot of our success in our community, is because of the community. Because, a lot of people, they come to this business, and like we mentioned, they have the fears, they have the doubts. But once they start their journey, they see that they have this global online community support, that, it doesn't matter at what time of that you're doing your business. If you have a question, you can put it in the communication app, and someone from another part of the world will answer to your question and will be able to help you. um, we do collaborations. For example, right now, we're doing collaborations. uh, we're not financially attached, but, we are working together as a community to provide, information to our audience. um, then the other thing, like, um some people, like we mentioned, some people are not so tech savvy, so they need that support. And that's where the community, you have a mentor, that will be able to guide you, that will be able to help you build that confidence. Because many times, when we start on this journey, we don't have that confidence, and then we have to start building it. And sometimes you need that extra support from someone else, that will be guiding you, that will be helping you to start believing in yourself, to start, gaining that confidence. So we are blessed that we have this amazing community where we get that support from, the mentor, the coach, and from all the people around the globe, um, that we get to meet and connect. And then, like, when we have questions, we interchange, knowledge. Um, So we learn from each other, we motivate each other, we empower each other, we lift each other, when we feel down. And that's what really helps to overcome those fear, those doubts that we have. Because, people understand you because they have been on your shoes before, because they're ahead on the journey, so they understand what you're going through, so that's why they can connect with you and they can help you. And that's because of the community really, helps you to overcome those fears and those doubts, um, as a whole, together, working together. So that's why it's important, like I say, that one of the key to our success is the community in our business, because that empowerment that we have, and all the learning that we do and share with each other. Like, we're not competing with each other like in other businesses. You have that competition. To the contrary, we push each other, to be able to reach our goals. So that's how, you have that support, and that's how you are able to shrink those fears and doubts because of the community. Okay, so let's go. So, what is our bonus point for today?
Oh, so we have fear is the indicator, not the stop sign. Yes, so when you see fear, when you feel fear, it doesn't mean you should stop. The fear you feel the fear you feel, if often it often shows up right before the breakthrough. That nervous energy, that's growth knocking on your door. So don't run from it, face it, walk through it, and remind yourself that everything you want is on the other side of fear. So don't let fear stop you, don't let it hold you back. It is not real, it is just an evidence, is a fake evidence appearing to be real, but it is not real. Don't let it stop you.
Thank you so much. And what is our takeaway for today?
So, our key takeaway today: fear and doubt will always show up, but they don't get to be the driver. You do. And when you start leading with faith, clarity, and action, your fear becomes smaller and your vision become louder. You don't need to have all it figured out. You must need to believe that you were made for more and take the next right step. So don't stop if you are afraid of you feel fear. Just take the step and go forward.
Thank you. And what is the message for the audience?
If your doubt has been hold you back, this is your sign. Comment ready below or message us for our free info session. Let us walk through your guide and show you how to build a business and life that sign with your bold dreams.
Yes. And we have arrived to the end of our lives. So we hope so that you got empowered. You learned something, today, that we share about fears, how to overcome fears, how to overcome doubts. And by using, the community to help you build that confidence through mentorship, uh, through, global, like helping each other, motivating each other on the community, and putting those beliefs, those doubts, to the side, and then just taking action. So if you like something that we shared today, or if you want to share, a moment that where you face those fears and how you overcome them, put it in the comment and let us know. We'll be happy to read your comments. So let us know what you like. So we do have some heart emojis here from Dulani Nim Pereira, Waruni Patiraja. So thank you so much for your heart emoji. Thank you for watching. Um, and we also have a comment from Dulani Nim Pereira. She say, great info. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching. So yeah, so if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity that we are sharing with you, but you have three options to find out how to know more about this online opportunity. So the first one is you can put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Or you can register into our websites that appear on the screen, and then we can send you that invitation to watch our webinar, which is the same webinar that we all have watched, that made us find this online business opportunity. So when you watch the webinar, make sure that you watch it completely, because that's the only way you're going to be able to understand. So make the time to watch it. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons. So one for Tuesdays or Thursdays or Wednesdays and Fridays, depending where you are in the world. Because our live webinars happens in North America is every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and in the rest of the world is Wednesday and Fridays. And then we have different times, which we're gonna see on the poster next. Um, so you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you have there is the link to the replay of the live webinars. Just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. Now, we also invite you to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering also, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. So if you want to catch this replay before next Tuesday or next Wednesday's live webinar, here are the hosts and panelists.
So the webinar yesterday, the host was Amina, coach and online business owner, and Lynette, full-time entrepreneur, and Rutika, telemarketer and restaurant owner, and also a business owner, and Natasha, online business owner and a mentor.
Yeah, we also had Nicole, an administration manager, Emmeline, a bank officer, Maricel, health worker and caregiver, and Neha, an IT professional.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Kathy. So if you're catching this replay before next live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So we also want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. If you're watching us from Facebook and you are not following us, you can follow us up here to get to know us a little bit more, who we are and what type of content we post, and more information about this online business opportunity. If you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell to get notified when we post new content and when we go in live. So that way you keep learning about these online business opportunities and behind the scenes, of an online business entrepreneur. Saying that, let's find out what is our topic for next Friday.
So next Friday, the topic is faith or fear. Trust in the process when you don't see results yet. Will be a good one.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about how to stay consistent and grounded even when the breakthrough hasn't shown up yet. So that's what we're going to be talking next Friday. So we have arrived to the end. So we hope so that you got empowered and learned something new today of what we share. So if you're watching us today, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today. And until the next episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.